What's up, everybody? This is Jimmy with Trade Decoded. It is April 8th, 2025, and another historic day in the market. Largest reversal in NASDAQ history, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty crazy day, guys. These tariffs and the headlines that come with it are moving the market a lot. If you're a day trader, this is dream time for you. My investor friends out there, learn to short the market and learn to stay on your toes unless you're just buying the dip. The market will recover, as it does 100% of the time with time, so don't panic. Just stick it out. Things will be okay. With that said, first note of business that I want to give you guys, there's two things. Number one, the ebook is out. So if you're interested in grabbing the digital version of The Art of Naked Trading, which looks like this, you can get that. It's $9.99 on Amazon. That way you can just have the ebook. Also, I'm going to start a new series. So if you guys don't mind coming up with a topic that we can discuss on Saturday mornings, I'm going to do it with like a morning time setting, cup of coffee, and I will discuss a topic that the community provides for me to talk about. I've already made one for this particular Saturday. And basically the topic was, why as traders do we do the opposite of what we know we shouldn't do? It's a great question, but it's a common thing. So we're going to talk about that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the charts today. I'm not going to go over the whys. I'll briefly get through these things. I'm trying to make these videos relatively short. For those of you who are interested in what we're looking for and what we're doing, consider joining my Discord community. The first week's completely free. We'd love to have you. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the charts and take a look at what we had going on. So leading into the open, everything in the market was very, very green and very, very happy, which is good. That's what we want to see if we want to play calls. We had our call put line above 438.03 on the Qs, and we were looking to go to 439.05, so just about a dollar move. To the downside, if we got below the put line, 436.67, we were looking for a move down to 435.97. Okay, so again, about a 60-cent move down, both of which worked out. Now, we got above the call line on the Qs before the market opened. However, we did get above and went straight to resistance. I did not play that, was not quick enough to play it, and that was the last opportunity we had because we fell back below the put line. Now, while we were trying to move up, we recognized that we had a whole bunch of wicks on the tops of all these candles, which is obviously indicative of sellers being up there. So we didn't want to get into calls aggressively anymore. ADD was pushing up, but what was making me nervous was that SPY was not. And then SPY put in a lower high. And I made note of that, saying, we just put in a lower high on SPY, but because Qs haven't created a lower high or haven't started to trend down, I'm not going to go with that as being a reason I'm going to jump into puts. Okay. However, it became on our radar a couple minutes before a trade that was worth taking that we saw. Now, what is that trade? Well, after we stuck up here, and I had told everybody at this point, I said, guys, I actually wouldn't consider calls again unless the Qs could get above 439.59, because then they have plenty of room to potentially move up. So that's my call line at this point. Now, as we're struggling, rejecting this area up here, and SPY coming off of lower highs, I said to everybody in the community, I said, guys, we're at resistance on the Qs, SPY's coming off lower highs, and now ADD is printing red. This may be a great opportunity for puts. We're not looking for a huge move. We're hoping to get down to the same support that we were aiming for if we got through the put line. Some of us got into the trade here. Some of them got into the trade here. Some of them waited till we breached the put line and there. The point is, that was a big move down. Now, the space between these lines is not small. That is a dollar move. Okay, so if you got in up here, you got almost a $2 move to the downside. That was a great trade. I took that trade, but I missed my exit, unfortunately. I actually thought there was going to be more to it. And there wasn't. So when we pulled back up, we kept touching this level down here on SPY and on the Qs. And then I told everybody, because the top 10 was very green today, I said, guys, don't look the gift horse in the mouth. We keep getting stuck moving lower. We can't move lower down here. Next time we get down there, I would suggest taking your profits. That we touched it 4 or 5 times on the Qs. I finally took myself out at 941. So I did give up a nice chunk of profit by missing my exit, to be honest. So it is what it is. But then we started to move up, and we didn't get through our resistance up there on the Qs, so there was nothing to play, and we just kind of bounced around. Now, the problem today was that ADD was very green at 2200 plus, but ADD started to move sideways, and that's kind of good in a sense, because while we noticed this, I kept telling everybody, man, I hope ADD picks a direction, right? I don't mind it being high. I don't mind it being low. I mind it being sideways. Okay, that's telling me that the market is not making a choice whether it wants to buy up or sell off, right? Take profits, whatever you want to call it. And you'll see what that looks like and why you could start taking advantage of ADD if you just watch it. Now, as you could see, leading up to and after a gap up and some big green candles on ADD, I got into this trade 1 minute early. Not that it was very beneficial, but I was looking for this to break through with the momentum we were seeing to the upside, and we were hoping to get up to the orange dotted line. Now, in this particular instance, I got myself out up there because SPY hit the pink line. Now, we got in here, as I had told everybody, I don't know, 25 minutes prior, that if we get above 439.59 and ADD's printing green, I'd be looking for calls, hopefully for either Qs to the orange line or SPY to the pink line. I took that trade. That was my second trade of the day, and SPY hit first, so I got out. Now that's good because we were 2 minutes shy of 10 o'clock, but nonetheless, great trade for me. That was it. Now, we continued to trend up on Qs and SPY, and we did get to the pink line on Qs ultimately, and we did get to resistance higher than the pink line on SPY. But our normal rules, guys, we're looking for calls until what? We close below the trend line, okay, which happened here, and then we take out support. If we could take out support, we'd be looking for the next support down. Well, we didn't take out support, we held it. We held it. We held that support, put in lower highs, and that's when we started to see things get a little bit nicer on the ADD side. Guys, we just had to wait, okay? I lack patience most of the time. I was done trading for the day, so I wasn't looking for this for me, but the setup was perfect. We were no longer trending up. In fact, we were trending down. We got into a little wedge there for a minute, broke support, this one right here, with this candle closed, but take a look at ADD. Were we still moving sideways? No, we weren't. Profit taken had started before this trade became comfortable for the downside. So ADD was telling us the story before it became the story. So what happens? We get below support, and now our first move is looking from support to support. In this case, it was from 440.60 to 439.59. It's a dollar move. Okay, so we start out there, and as long as we don't see anything drastic change or you feel comfortable holding on to the trade, i.e. ADD is still selling off, indicating that momentum is still in your favor, this turned into a massive winning trade. Massive winning trade, and each one of these circles is at a point that we would have considered a support level or to stop out at. Now, this line here was where, this line down here was originally where I was hoping we were going to go if we got through this first orchard line here. This was the top of a gap, but then we pulled back. Now, as we move down, I like to trail my stops mentally, meaning if we break through support, I want to use that support as my new resistance. If it doesn't hold as resistance, it becomes my new stop loss. So if I was in this trade, would have stopped out here. Now, if you got in way up here, you don't have to get out here. I just have an issue with letting too much of my profit leave by hoping for more, because that messes with my head. It makes me want to hold that trade until I get my old profit back. And if it doesn't get back, that trade becomes a hold and hope for me and for a lot of other people. And I don't do well with that. So that's why I use the methodology that I use. However, ADD just continued to sell off. So momentum in the market was very much in your favor to hold on to puts. And we just kept going down and down and down and down and down. Now, Right here, I was admittedly a minute late calling this one out, but as we pulled back to resistance, both on Qs and SPY, okay, right here would have been the ideal entry because ADD was already printing red, but I was 1 minute behind the ball because I was talking about something else. And I said, guys, this is a great opportunity. First level, we're looking for support here, but because lower high, as far as a downtrend goes, we're expecting that to break and continue down. And you could just see this stuff play out over and over and over again, guys. Okay, so last trade of the day. I didn't transfer these to the SPY chart yet, but we pulled back to resistance. Same scenario. Resistance on SPY, resistance on Qs. ADD started printing red, straight down to the next support. And then, yes, we were able to find calls and puts using the same rules that we use every other day. We're clearly trending down. Okay, if you want to play calls, you got to wait for the downtrend to break, take out your most recent resistance, and aim for the next resistance up. So that got you in here, got you out here. That's a big move. If you want to hold on to it, great. Just know where each resistance is to your left. You don't know which one's going to hold, and you don't know which one's going to fold, meaning you don't know if you are going to stop moving up here, if you're going to stop moving up here, or a new high a day. Fact of the matter is, if you know where these levels are, then you don't get stuck holding the bag, okay? Just be aware of them and then determine your plan based around that information. Then we broke the uptrend line. So calls come off the table at this point. And what are we looking for? We want to get a break of support. Well, the support level is right here, okay, where these two candles were and all these guys were stopping. We closed below it 2 candles after the trend line got broken. And we knew we wanted to go down to the next support, which was the blue line. If we get through the blue line, we're looking for the next blue line. And that was it. And you can watch this stuff play out over and over and over again, guys, okay? Now, this was wedging up. That wedge failed. Why? Because ADD was not moving in your favor. I mean, look at ADD. It's a monster. ADD is just decided to start falling out of the sky, guys. Fact of the matter is, we were done trading by this time. I get off the mic at 12 o'clock, so there wasn't anything to look at for me after that. That's pretty much it. Try to get through these things a little bit quicker. Right now, we're sitting at about a 14-minute video. For that, I apologize. But if you got any useful information in this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Again, if you'd like to buy our digital book or the book in general, you can find it on Amazon. It looks just like this. Check it out. Look for my new series that I'm going to start on Saturday morning. Now, if this thing ends up becoming good and people like to watch it, I may turn it into a YouTube live thing where we discuss a topic on Saturday mornings for 30 minutes to an hour, perhaps. If you guys are interested in something like that, let me know. Just trying to keep more involved with everybody and, stay busy. With that said, if you got any useful information, I think I already said that. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to join our Discord community, well, we'd love to have you come on down. As soon as you step foot in there, your free week starts. You don't have to do anything. And then after that, it'll automatically stop after 7 days. And that's pretty much it. So hope you all have a good day in the markets today. It's a lot of movement. Just take care of your capital, take care of your money, and we'll get back at it again tomorrow. Till then, I love you guys. See you.